hello there. I just opened a can. Sorry about being on mute again. It's starting to become a running theme. Thanks, Nevins. Thanks, Faxi, for letting us know. I don't know. It's either my process or just shit. But either way, yeah, we're having a look at this today, which is a Beaver Town. So I'm going to have a half of one of these. And then we'll start chatting. Yes, I was popping a can. I was testing the mic out because I saw it coming up in chat that my mic was off. It shouldn't have been. It really shouldn't have been today, but I need to start doing those double checks, don't I, before I hit that go button. But yes, I hope everyone's all right. Like I said, when you couldn't hear us, that we're going to be sharing a recipe today. Just a little concept mix. It has been developed a lot over the last couple of days from that, but from the shake, it was a pretty good mix, man. So I quite enjoyed making this jam roly-poly because everyone's been screaming for it. The other half, I'm going to pour it down to the homies, mate. Here's one for the Nevs. But yeah, I love the design work on this. Any of the Beaver Town liquids beers. Very, very nice design work. I like the one with all of the skulls on. That's probably my favourite. But I'll probably neck the lot, to be fair. We'll see. It is very tasty. It's a 6.7%, but it's only a little baby can, isn't it? It's only a baby can, so we're happy with that. But yeah, how's your week's been, guys? Have you had a good breaking back into work and stuff such as that? I've had a couple of days. When you're starting up a factory again, you seem to have a lot of issues when things have been stood dormant for a while. So the last couple of days has been Peter fix things. Let's try some adding more fruit forward or more hops forward. That one seems a bit fruity forward than hops, but it's still very, very nice. Hey up, Simon, how you doing, sir? So yeah, it's a nice Beaver Town. It's just all pink. It doesn't look. See if I can change this bloody light to something that looks pleasant. It's because it's orange. It's to make us look pretty. I'll just knock the light off altogether. We'll knock it off for a second. That won't do. That won't do because I don't have any actual lighting on in this place. So I'll turn it down. Just been playing Death Smiles a lot. Oh, what's that? Is that a new game? Can we see it? It's looking a lot more as it should, colour-wise. So is my face, so I need to change that back. It's like got a nice little green ring pull, lovely pink top. Just the design work is brilliant, and that's like kind of what I try and do something unique every time we do something. So this is Beaver Town's Lupuloid. It's very nice. I'll take a picture and I'll probably throw it in the group later. I love the design work these guys do. It's absolutely amazing. It says drink fresh, store cool and upright. Yeah, we're not going to drink it out of date. Probably still would like, but it's fresh. Lupuloid. They only come in little cans. And they sell them a lot in Newcastle. In all the little boutique style bars. A Japanese shmup. Still no idea. Still no idea, mate. What's shmup? What is shmup? So yeah, this week I have been messing about with a jam roly-poly recipe. I did like quite a simple mix to share with you guys. And I'm taking it back to the drawing board and just adding a little bit of the Live Lounge flair into it as well. I've used some pretty old school flavors in this one. So yeah, it's a jam roly-poly. It's not an Aldi one, mate. Although some of the Aldi IPAs and stuff aren't too bad, Simon. Old school. An old school shoot 'em up. That's good. Shoot 'em up. Shmup. Shoot 'em up. I like that. I like that, going down and breaking things down into the basics in a way that I don't understand. Little shitbag. But yeah, the shmup. Shoot 'em up. It's all these. It's this youth lingo, isn't it? This youth lingo. Feeling woke as fuck, which is kind of going to be the name of that roly-poly once it's finalised. We're going to call it woke as fuck. It's an old school recipe with a bit of a twist. But there are other supermarkets available. We've got Aldi and Lidl. And some of the Lidl beers are quite nice as well. But I think Aldi have the better selection, don't they, when you go at the back? And they have some of those lovely little beers. Most of them are shit, but some of them are really good little star finds. I enjoyed quite a few of those over the Christmas period. because that's where I do my shopping. Because I'm not a pretentious fuck. Not a pretentious fuck. So yes, I will start sharing. I'll start sharing this recipe, and I haven't done any notes on it, to be fair. I kind of took it halfway live lounge and then dialed it back a bit. It's quite a high percentage recipe as well, just because I could push it. Wow, cap shook. You guys are absolutely ruining me today. Shook. Feeling shook today. So let's have a little look-see. And I'm going to go through a bit of the information about the competition as well, that you just have to email 3 answers in, and you can Google through the shit out of those answers, and it will come up with the right answers. So I'll be doing a bit of that as well. Let's see if I can pull up some images. This one got me laughing today. That's not about a recipe. Jesus. Yeah, I don't have the posh thing where you can just bring an image in and stretch it. So here we go. So it's a nice little simple-ish recipe. It might look a bit overcomplicated, but it is quite simple in its design. Obviously, if you break it down into layers, so you want like you're wanting a pudding base, so that's like a cakey, doughy thing, and then obviously I wanted a bit of custardy cream in there and something strawberry. So I wanted a little bit of strawberry in there, so my strawberry choices in this were a little bit bizarre. I wouldn't normally go with these, but it's worked pretty bloody well. So if anyone wants to try and mix this, you don't need to try, you just need to have the flavours, or you can just adapt it however you want. I didn't go like the suet pudding. I know it is a suet pudding, but like I say, I was putting my own little spin on it. I could have tried to nail that suet pudding element, but it's worked out pretty good, man. I've been vaping on it all day, and it's quite nice. So we've got the base. If we start off with that, that's a cinnamon Danish swirl, just because I wanted a little bit of cinnamon in there, and I wanted that kind of pastry, unsweetened kind of pastry kind of element. And then we just add a bit of glazed donut in there for the doughiness and a little bit of extra sweetness. And then we threw some TPA strawberry, TFA for us, and sweet strawberry by TPA as well. I don't know why that hasn't come up, because I'm silly. And that's pretty much the underlying principle. If you break it down into 3 elements, you've got your jamminess, you've got your doughiness, and you've got a bit of like vanilla custard. It's quite easy to break down a recipe and like imagine it, if you know what I mean. 27 fish might seem like a bit of a wild card in there, because that's a citrus gummy, isn't it? That's a citrus gummy. So I want to shrink this. Let's shrink it down again. There we go. So yeah, the 27 fish, I would generally not use that kind of flavor with a berry or a strawberry or something like that. It would mainly be with like your citrus, your limes, lemons, and stuff such as that. But it just I think that the zestiness, like that punch through, really lifts the strawberry a little bit, and it kind of rounds it off a little bit as well. So it's really quite nice. It's really quite nice off the shake as well. Hello, Monty Scott. How are you doing, mate? Using that to jammify the strawberry. Yes, mate. I could have used 27 bears, but the zesty is working with, not against, with the strawberry. It's lifting it a little bit and giving it that lovely glossiness. And I like the cinnamon, the little tiny bit of cinnamon coming through on that sweet cinnamon Danish is really pretty good. Monty Scott, all good here, bud. How's you? I'm all right, mate. I'm all right. It's been a busy few, hasn't it? But it's nice to see you. It's been a hot minute. It has been a hot minute. We've just been over here on the YouTube chilling for like a year. And it's been lovely. It's been absolutely lovely. So if you aren't subscribed, head over to YouTube and click that Live Lounge Liquids. And let's get cracking. Oh, yes, we have Nightbot working. Let's see if she's working properly tonight. I'm missing all the comments. Let's have a look up the comments. Let's have a little look up. So yeah, I will be posting that in the Discord later. So if any mixers are in the house and aren't a member of the Discord, feel free to jump over and I'll post it in there. And I'll also put in the LiveLoungeLiquids community mixing hub over on Facebook. I'll post it in there as well. And people can critique it. We do like a bit of critique. I can see Harry Potter sleeping behind you, Nevins, you little bitch. You little bitch. It's quite a big room, this. It's the fisheye lens. It makes everything look stupid. So yes, jamifying the strawberry, yes. And then we have this up. We don't do regulated, so head over to Hip Hop Juice and use code LiveLounge when there aren't any sales running for 12% off. Lovely people, absolutely lovely people. And that is that. Good evening, Mr. Intense. Good evening, sir. Good evening. I need to put the pretty light back on because I'm looking haggard. It's been a very long week. There we go. There's the pretty light. And we've got our lovely little backlight and beauty light. Who'd have thunk it? Who'd have thunk it? Could have had a poly off. We could have. That's not the finalised recipe though, mate. So we could still do that, I suppose. But I don't really want to jam my books up with anything until about after March time. There's a lot of reasons behind that. So anything outside of mixing for the lounge is kind of taking a back seat until after March. I don't mind creating recipes and posting them and stuff, but yeah. Hello, Dion78. How are you doing? I need to get rid of this comment, so I'll just throw that up and then take it back off again. We're in a right jam. We're in a right jam today. I have already publicized the recipe, so please go and watch it on the rewind if you want to see it, or head over to the Discord. The link will be in the description of the video later on. Or I could do it now. Let's do it now. Let's have a play on YouTube Studio. I always forget this when I'm posting. Always. Let's be organized from now on and not hit the mute button. That's happened quite a lot over the last 4 streams, hasn't it? We've been muted a lot. Oh, our analytics are going right up. Thank you, guys. Thank you for tuning in and all the thumbs up and everything. The analytics are going mental. Right. It's not appearing in my studio. Very strange. So we'll have to wait till later. And I'll do it then. But if you look on the last video, click on the description, it'll take you to Discord. And it's a fun little meme sharing place where we just chill out and have fun. We haven't been that active because it's been Christmas. Everyone's just been chilling. And really, really quite enjoying this. Really quite enjoying this Beavertown. I'm not a big drinker, but when I do drink, I like one. And I like it to be tasty. So that's why we're on the Beavertown Loophole Lloyd today. Daniel Lawson, a Black Hoodie Herb, been talking smack about you, going to do a show soon on you. Awesome. I don't know who that's for. Is that for me, Danielle Lawson? Can't imagine it would be. Good evening, Craig Meikle. How are you doing, sir? How are you doing? It's so nice to have some lovely folk in. I need to bring that camera up, but I'm going to leave it for now. And yes, Craig, I am good. I'm very good, mate. Oh, what a lovely week it's been. Back at work and loads of breakdowns. I like Herb as well. He's lovely. A very lovely gent. But we have talked about this on the show, haven't we? And that guilt by association thing, which Herb does talk about quite a lot, and he's totally right about it. You can like whoever you want, do whatever you want. And just stop giving the fucks. Stop giving the fucks, guys. That's the way to play it. Is my camera? It's keeping on slipping down, isn't it? Let's see if we can push it up a little bit. Is that better? That is a little bit better. That's a little bit better, although it's a bit on the wonk. Let's see if we can level her up there. Herb is a legend. Couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more. It's all about the perspective, isn't it? It's all about how you look at things. It really is. Has anyone got any good news? Herb's lovely. He is. Exactly that. Exactly that. Do things your way and don't give a fuck. And then just pick up lots of lovely people on the way. That's what we do. So yes, other than sharing recipes, and building new things, it's going to be a busy week. I'm on the roly-poly now, and that is on the Top Gear DNA 250C with the Valkyrie on top, and it's really quite nice. I'm loving this Valkyrie. I might keep forgetting the name of the mod, but the Valkyrie is absolutely superb for a top airflow little flavor banger. You don't expect it from a top airflow. You really don't. I feel like my camera's slipping down again. It definitely is slipping down again. It's going to end up with just hat. Just hat later on. But yes, let's talk about the competition we're running. Oh, Faxi on. Faxi's putting up a one that might be good to tackle. Is there any difference in cotton and what you prefer to be the best cotton? As I use cotton bacon, but never have used any other kind of cotton. For my RDAs, I like this stuff. So that's canna cotton. There seems to be a quick flavor change on that, so I really do like that. What else? Shake and Vape, which is on the website. Have I got any kicking about? Is very good at wicking, and that's why I'm using my RTAs. Oh, good evening, Josh. Good evening. We're talking jammy, roly-poly today, mate. What else have we got? Cotton bacon. That's on the website. Loads of cotton bacon. This is just my personal stash, which I have way too much of. Native wicks. I've been using this. I found it in one of my old vape bags. Native wicks. I don't know if you can still get that. Premium blend. I use that quite a lot as well. But I use that in RDAs. It's too fluffy. It's too fluffy, so I use it in the RDAs. When it comes to RTAs, I like it to be less fluffy and more fibrous. So that's why the shake and what is it? Shake and vape cotton is quite fibrous. It works really well on RDAs, and stuff like canna cotton works really well in RDAs. Evening Statham. He does look like Statham, doesn't he? He does. He looks a lot like Jason Statham. We have famous people in the chat. But yeah, there's lots of cottons out there, mate. If you have to value for money, I would definitely have a look at Shake and Vape on the website, though. I think there's one called LiveLoungeLiquids.com. If you look on there, you'll find some Shake and Vape, and it's very, very big. It's enough to fill a work boot, and it'll last you a very long time, and it's value for money at about £6, £5 odd, something. I would definitely, Josh, I would definitely give it a go in some ideas. Judas. Oh, read these nicknames. But yeah, just try a couple, man. I would try and go fibrous for RDAs and fluffy for RDAs. It's like quick wicking versus slow wicking, isn't it? Muji, I don't think you can go far wrong with Muji either if you get some natural Muji cotton pads, some Japanese Muji. But it's quite, basically it's quite dense. It's quite dense. You've got to cut it into strips and really fluff that shit up. You've got to really fluff that shit up. So it's all right if you're an advanced user. I've been lazy as well. I've been using some of the laces. Chris has gone absolutely mental on the website. We've got laces, we've got all sorts. And if you're using laces, don't you do the common mistake of like pulling your lace through just the right length and cutting it. Pull it all the way through, snip all the way through again. It's normally just laced one side and you don't want to waste that lace end. So yes, try and be resourceful with your cotton. It doesn't cost an absolute arm and a leg, like. So there we have a cotton lace. So if it was an RDA, let's have a look. See, I don't want to drag it through anything that's hasn't been cleaned out thoroughly. So basically, let's have a look on this cap. So we'll have a look at this cap. So if you're putting it through, so the coil's in the center there, don't pull it through there, then snip. Don't pull it through there and snip it just at the right length. Pull it all the way through, then measure your wick and then cut, and then you still have this end to go through on the second go. Mic drop. That's how we do. You don't need to use 2 cotton laces on any RTA. You can use them twice, one lace twice. You're going to find out, Josh, because I've sent you some. Obviously, Josh won one of the things over on the Shrek channel. Josh won Chatter of the Week. Mr. Hip Hop, hello, sir. How you doing? So yeah, there's there was a few outstanding prizes to go out, and they've all been sent out today. So we have some internationals going out in the prize pool, and then we have obviously all the UK ones as well are out. So we have no outstanding prizes to ship out, but we do have a major QP comp coming. It's already active. We need everybody to get involved in that. I'm just kicking a bag. I've got a bag full of concentrates down there that I've brought down from the lab. I need to get fancy because there's some stuff we haven't used for a very long time, and I don't want it going out of date. So that's why I'm going back to old concentrates and taking a look at it. There we go. We have plenty of cotton in stock. Cotton for days on sale. We do. So yes, I'm enjoying Jam Roly Poly version 1, Josh. Let's just talk about it. Let's talk about it. There is a tiny bit of cinnamon in there, mate. Tiny. If you roll back to the beginning of this video, where after the bit where I'm not talking, I'll show a recipe. And that is the recipe for the V1. But it's got strawberry. It's got the tiniest amount of cinnamon bite in there as well. And it's a play between donut and a Danish. So it's kind of along that lines. It's kind of where it needs to be without adding like beef lard in it and making it a suet. And there's strawberries, a combination of strawberries in there. And I put some 27 fish in there as well. Because the citrus lifts the strawberries and works really well with that pastry. And it also adds a bit of jamminess to it as well. So yes, I wouldn't normally have used that, but it was a bit of a wild card, and it's worked out pretty well. I have made like 4 versions since though, and it's getting better and better and better. I would say, Josh, though, leave it 2 weeks, mate. Leave it to steep. Leave it to steep, mate. The longer you leave it, the better, because it does have some custards and creams in there as well. But if you want to try it along the process, I think you'll enjoy it from the off. That strawberry and hint of cinnamon works so well. It works so bloody well. And it's not too in your face as a cinnamon either. It's just a light note. It's just a light note. It is, and it's very tasty. So please, if you have those, I'll show it again. Hang on, I'll show it up again. There we go. There's Jam Roly Poly. I need to get rid of your comment, Josh. Get rid of that. So basically, for the base, we used a cinnamon Danish swirl with glazed donut. So that was 4 and 2%, and it's not too cinnamony. It's not too cinnamony. Then we looked at the jam. So we've got TPA strawberry and TPA sweet strawberry in there, about 5.5% combined. And we threw the silver line in there to gloss it over and lift those strawberries. So it's only in a small percentage, but it works really, really well as like an enhancer. And then we started working on the creams, and we've got Bavarian cream in there, which is like a custard slice kind of cream, you know, a bit of French vanilla deluxe, and topped it off with a little bit of TPA vanilla custard, which might not be everyone's preferred custard, but it works well. You'll probably, I reckon you'll get rid of it. I think you'll be finished that within a couple of days. I've sent you a bottle. You'll be finished that in a couple of days. You won't even leave it to steep. But it does, when we do launch it, after it's had its rejig, when we do launch it, it'll probably get like an 8-week steep minimum on that. So yeah, we'll shrink that and we'll start talking about the competition. I haven't got full screen images before anyone starts. I could just do this. So yes, that's the 3 questions. Anyone can enter, absolutely anybody from any walks of life, any part of the planet, because we're going to ship it everywhere. I could just eat up. Oh, I love old school puddings. Right, I'm going to enter this email address. Pappity tap taps. Push. And if you look at Nevin's, a couple of comments up, that's one of the answers. Maybe it could be one of the answers. Thank you, Nevins, for the spoilers. Saving people going to Google. It is. So anybody can enter. Doesn't matter if you're a manufacturer, a well-wisher, a customer. Anybody can enter this. Anybody can enter this. It's not a free shit hunt. And that's why we've put a little bit of, you've got to do something behind it, not just, you've got to like and share this picture. You've got to actually go and source the answers from Google. So it is a piece of piss to enter. It really is very, very easy to enter and start partaking in this competition. Mate, I don't mind. People have to be watching to get that answer. So, I don't mind so much. Don't mind. So yes, 3 questions, 3 answers. Email them to LiveLoungeLiquids@outlook.com, and me and Chris will put you on the wheels for those 3 great prizes, which are going to be drawn at the end of January. I did have a date. Let's have a look. I did have a date set up for this. Calendar. It's the last Saturday of January. That's not my calendar. That isn't it. Silly calendar. Let's find it. Right. So the last Saturday in January is the 29th. So that's the 29th of January. It will be drawn live over here. And some people's going to win some absolutely banger QP goodies. Hello, JP. How are you doing? Some people are going to win some absolutely beautiful goodies. QP in it. Very posh, very high-end RTAs. Well, high mid-range. There are some really, really pricey RTAs and RDAs out there that us commoners don't really have access to generally. But yes, properly enjoying that. It's past the watershed somewhere, and that's where we're broadcasting to. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at where we're broadcasting to. Where's it 9 p.m. right now? Let's have a look-see, and that is where we're broadcasting to. Just out of interest, and I can say hello, Malaysia, or something, next time I'm on before the watershed. Let's Google. We like Google. It gets you answers to prizes, is what Google does. Where is it 9 p.m. now? I mean, it's not always this time we go live, is it? So Marks and Spencer's not quite railway trolls. No, that's AM. Why is that not really? It's not coming up. It needs to be 3 hours ahead of us right now. 3 hours ahead of us right now. Let's see if we can find that. Work it out. It's nearly 7 p.m. in Peterborough. So, hello, Addis Ababa. We are streaming there right now. Addis Ababa. I've never heard of it. Or Ankara. Hello, Ankara. Yes. Baghdad. Hey. Back home, lads. Oh. Itchy heed. But yeah, really enjoying this jam roly-poly. It's very nice with that little bit of a cinnamon snap. It really bloody is. So if you do mix this, let us know your thoughts. Come on stream. Not live, but go in the chat and say, try that, Pete. it was rather delicious. It doesn't need much sweetener. It doesn't need much more sweetener. If it was going to be commercial, you could easily knock it up 1% and make just bring those jamminess elements out. It'll just enhance it. But we like to keep our recipes very low, very, very low. But in sweetener. I've got the beer barbs. It's giving us a burp. It's very tasty. I'll plug into my beauty ring, Josh. There's me vape tricks. Blowing clouds. Can anyone do vape tricks? I'm really good at emptying e-liquid bottles. That's about it. Vaping massive quantities of e-liquid and spilling them. That's what they do, isn't it? That's what they do. Cloud tricks, blowing the O's, blowing them O's. Really enjoying the barber chair. I got this just before Christmas as a present to Pete. I was going to get a gaming chair, but there was a barber's salon closing down, and they wanted rid of the chairs, so I grabbed one of these, and I think it was the best decision I've ever made. It has like a nice little back support in there. I can pump it up and down. If you so wish, and let it up and down. It doesn't tilt back. It does lean back a little bit. So it's really nice. Hello, Porn Bod. Hello. Furious clouds. I daren't blow one, or I'll get labelled. Furious clouds. It does make a cough. I might have hang on. I'd have to upload it. The funniest, loveliest thing I've seen on YouTube for a long time. And I wasn't expecting to even enjoy it. Let's see if I can upload it on the dashboard. But it was funny, and if anyone watched it, they will totally agree. A little bit of a hat tip is deserved on that one. Let's find it. Porn way. Let's time her out. Is it good stuff? Lisile H. Hilly. We'll put user in timeout just for now. Go and find some good stuff, then come back. Hint, hint. Well, let's see if we can find that clip. I should have uploaded it. I took 2 chairs from my last office job. Nice, mate, if you can. There's a lot of stuff gets thrown out that's still very usable. A lot of stuff. You can make quite a nice area with foraged things. Keep clicking on the wrong thing, don't I? Let's see if we can find that clip that I really did have a little laugh out loud at. It might take a while to upload. But while we do, we can talk about other things. Into the studio, professionalism. Oh, hello, Nose. I need to mute that. Muted that. See, that's professionalism. Muting it. I just need to mute it at the right time. Not when we first start. Keep muted, because that's not great, is it? That's not great. That's professionalism. But really enjoying this Beavertown Lupuloid. I do recommend everyone try the full range of Beavertown and use code nothing, and just enjoy some nice beers. It's very nice. It's worth keeping the cans because they're just beautiful. Just beautiful. Look at those, and The colours aren't really enhanced on there, but they are really pretty cans. I'm not sure where Beavertown's from. Let's have... Hang on, I'll start uploading before I start having a big crack. And hopefully it will upload. Video. Add a video clip. Let's see if we can find it. Multitasking our way through life. Let's see. It was a beautiful moment. It needs to go down in history. It really does. Oh, hello, Nose. Oh, hello. You can see things. Just sitting here having a spin, looking at Peter's nostrils. I've only got little nostrils. It's quite nice to sometimes look like that. Just wait for this to upload and then I can turn my camera off and you're not just staring at snouts. Self-given leaving present. Yes, exactly that. I'm not encouraging anyone to thieve anything. The exact opposite. The exact opposite of that. You don't want to be getting leaving a job and just saying, oh, I'll take that as well. As you're running out the door, just grabbing chairs, filing cabinets. That's a one-way ticket to getting done, isn't it? Right, let's have a look. I think it's uploaded. This was one of the funniest things I've seen this week. Get rid of this camera. Shut it off. There we go. I don't know if anybody saw this. I'm guessing you did, but it was funny as fuck. Right, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
I can't.
There is just one thing I need. I don't care about the presents underneath the Christmas tree. I just want you for my own.
Mate, that was funny. Did anyone watch that? That was funny. That was funny. Yes, a big hat tip. A big hat tip for entertaining. That was genius. That was genius, people. I really enjoyed watching that. Wasn't quite expecting to see it like. It was funny. Well done, TVP. Well done, David Adair. Entertaining the nation. That was fucking hilarious, fellas. Absolutely beautiful. And you both look so stunning. You both look stunning in there. So yes, that kind of that made me giggle quite a bit. And just not giving a fuck, eh? Not giving a fuck. I really enjoyed watching that. I really enjoyed watching that. I never thought I'd be sharing any of the TVP's things, but that was brilliant. More things like that are required on YouTube. Just not for me, because I don't make a pretty girl. I don't make a pretty girl. I've never make up myself up, but I wouldn't look as good as that. Guaranteed. But if it was for charity, I'd probably do it. I've done some crazy shit for charity, like sleeping outdoors in -8 for 72 hours. I've done shit like that on top of a trampoline and just trying to live. That was... Yeah, we do funny things for charities. So I really... That entertained me quite a bit. I really enjoyed that. What's that, Mr. Ent? Mr. Intense. No, I robbed as much as I could. I mean, you hear of people taking like a stapler, box of pens, but when it comes to like office desks and stuff like that, you've got to do that under the cover of darkness, I imagine. Especially office chairs. How are you leaving the building with office chairs? Bit by bit. You have to take the seat part off, then the post, then the wheels. How would you smuggle one of those out? How do we smuggle one of those out? Oh, so we've gone over a couple of things. We've gone over the recipe. We've gone over the competition. We've gone over just the loveliness of you lot. And we've talked about lots of random shit and then showed that video because that was funny. That was seriously one of the most entertaining pieces of YouTube in a very, very long time. My only job I've ever had when I left with all the copper cables out at the ceiling. Lol. Faxi, how much did you get for it? Was it worth the risk, or were you a bit like that woman who goes around stealing socks, that famous woman? Did you get like $5? Did you have to rip them out of the ceiling as well? We're not asking for tips here. I'm just genuinely interested in how you managed to get loads of copper cables out of the ceiling. Look, that'll do, Faxi. What? That's a good little. Well done. Not on thieving, no one should be thieving. But yeah, I wasn't expecting to hear that. The firm was moving. I didn't really care. To be fair, I've not stolen anything from work ever. I'm a bit of a vanilla, I suppose, when it comes to that kind of thing. Probably because I'm not forgetful. If I remembered to steal, I probably would have in the past. Not now, because I'm in a high position. Wouldn't steal now. What's that one? Cutting a mole out with a pair of pliers, crawling through all the vents, and then stripping all the plastic off the copper cables. K&L Faxi. How long did that take you? You must have been in there overnight, were you? When everyone went home, Faxi's just in the vents, nicking all the copper cables. Mate, that's dedication. That's dedication to your cause at that time. I don't know where this stream is going. I don't know where this is going. We're talking about some pretty raw shit here. Talking of raw shit. I think I've got another couple of photo shares about what's been going on over on Facebook News. Where are we? Basically, the other day on Facebook, I don't have that clip, that little image saved here, but it was one of these like Geordie Chase, like, they catch the paedophiles. And basically there was an article from one of them, and there was this 50-year-old bloke professing to identify as a 6-year-old, and there was people on that post defending the man, and this is why woke as fuck. They're trying to stick up for this man identifying as a 6-year-old, like genuinely. Like, what the fuck in the world? What in the council estate are people thinking? Do we agree with political correctness, and giving people too much rope is going to be the end of the fucking world, and just open everything up for other people to do stupid, horrible things? So yeah, that was one of the articles that I saw this week, courtesy of The Sun, because The Sun does the best reporting on the planet by far. And this one, I'm not picking on anybody for looks. Everyone's allowed to look what they look like in a non-woke way. But she looked all right beforehand. Her face might have been like a kind of bag of spanners there, but she wasn't a really ugly girl. She had a nice body. And then you go from the before to the after, where she's got the world's biggest boobs in Europe and looks like a piece of mahogany. And bright, just what? Some people just need to yeet. That's a strange look. That's a very strange look there, girl. What are we all thinking about that? That's just remarkable. That's remarkable. And I'm not going to make a point of like pointing out weird looking things, but it got me a bit triggered. How perfectly normal looking people will do stupid things in order to get famous. Like, why would you? What have I missed on Faxi? What have I missed? Let's have a look. Did it over the weekend. Link collected my last paycheck on the Monday morning, then spent 3 weeks stripping plastic off the cables. That was a good last payment. That was a good farewell payment. Was there anything ever reported about that? I don't think we should really talk about that because, you know, yeah, no, let's not look for too much information there, Faxi. We've all done silly things in our past. We have. I'm no exception. Everybody's done silly things. It's all part of that learning process, isn't it? My boss used to party with us at the weekend, and he mentioned something about it to me, and my mate just couldn't stop laughing at him. Inside jokes, isn't it? Inside jokes. Quite a costly one. Bless. It would have cost a fortune to get all them put back. But, you know, you can laugh about it now. Where we are. Our cheat stole some cigarettes from Tesco. When I was a young nipper, I used to have a thing for Kinder Eggs. And I think I never got caught. But I must have had about 400 Kinder Egg toys. And I think I probably paid for about 3 of them. But that was like talking like 5, 6 year old, like really youngling. I was like primary school. And after that, the shop got CCTV in because it was costing them an absolute arm and a leg in Kinder Eggs. Oh, mate. He just uses it as an earner now because he doesn't smoke. Just go and steal all of the Tesco cigs and sell them on to the kids. Not the kids, the 18 plus. £1 each. I was that twat at school that used to sell cigarettes for like 50p. 1 cigarette. And at the time, they didn't cost that much. When you get 10, I used to make a killing. An absolute killing. But that's not a bad thing. It's being resourceful. It's learning about, you know, the way the world works in business. I suppose you buy something and you sell it for a profit. So it was. I learned that from a very young age. I used to work when I was probably about 10. I always had paper rounds like from 12-year-old plus. And then I think they brought the working age thing into 14. But I used to work with a family business as well, helping out. And that's how I used to get my pocket money. I didn't used to get pocket money. I had to earn. I've always had to just earn. There's not been a day where I haven't worked since leaving school. And I'm quite proud of that. And then Fax's mate got the contract to put all the copper wire back in. Shilling. Smoking still cooler than disposables. Disposables are getting a bit of a bashing, aren't they? A lot of people have been talking about them this week, and the plastic just littered about, and the fact that the UK anti-vapors industry and, you know, groups and stuff are going to start mouthing off about it. I've been calling that one for about a year. They're not good. And I've always said that they should only be sold in the chemist. Haven't I? Should sell them in a chemist or a vape shop. Nowhere else. Not in a corner shop. It's weird how people change the tunes. It really is. And I'm not feeling a bit woke or Greta, but, you know, eyeballs and brain engage. And you're going to see what's coming. £1 a cig. Mate. Your prices were high. I used to charge like 4 times more than they were worth. Mr. Intense used to be a bread delivery boy in the local bakery van. I was going to get a milk round when I was younger, but then it would have interfered with working with family because I would have been tired and I still had school and stuff. And I was that twat at school as well. I was never there. But putting in like a deadline situation, or you've got a test tomorrow, I would always pass it. Don't know how I left school with all of my GCSEs. I had no idea, but I did it. It's weird. It's very, very weird. Just lucky, I guess. Lucky. I think I've been used to... Oh, just got a bit of a crampage in my barber chair there, a bit of cramp. I think I've just been very good at telling people what they want to hear. And then in my adult life, not telling people what they want to hear. So it's good. If you're telling people what you want to hear when you're going through exams and stuff, and you can put that across on paper, that's good. That's good for your exams. But if you're a yes man as you grow older, that's not good. That's not good. You need to grab your bollocks or your lady bollocks and not be that yes person as you get older. It's like a reversal of what you need to do. Yeah, that left picture did look like Ross after his spray tan. And I just don't get why people that look generally normal will do absolutely wacky shit and then not hate themselves for it. If I cramp with both legs whilst in bed, fuck yeah, and trying to get up. You need more potassium and sodium, I think. If that happens, it ain't pretty, is it? You ever had cramp there? Like just under your chin in that little muscle there? That's a horrible one, that. You're stretching your neck up so far, and because you're getting old, your back starts like spasming and stuff. If you ever get a cramp under there, it's like your tongue muscle. If you ever get a cramp in the bottom of that, that's awful. That is bloody. But yeah, legs, backs of your thighs, and feet in public. Never in public, mate. That would be so embarrassing. Like limbering up, touching your toes and that to try and get rid of a cramp. Let's have a look. Trump sorted all these gender thingies out last year. Every man and woman can have furlough. Right at that moment, all the non-binary options changed overnight to man or woman. Being woke in a modern world, I think that's hypocrisy, isn't it? It's like people want to be different, but then they put themselves in a little box, and then they start complaining about being put in that little box. I don't know if I explained that very well. I don't think I explained that very well. But yeah, nothing's going to change as long as we're emphasizing how we're different rather than accepting how we're different. Acceptance is the way, but not if you're a 50-year-old man touching children and claiming to receive. I'm not going to accept that. I'm not going to accept that he identifies as a 6-year-old. Binary, pansexual, all the rest of the sexuals. It's just another word for being gay. It's just another word for being a gay, but not accepting or liking that word being gay and having to be different. But also, while being different, you're going into a sect where you are no longer different. Can you see why I get so pissed off? Can you see why I get so pissed off? And people just need to grow the fuck up, stop being woke, and just shut up. Mental age of a 6-year-old, yes. Did you see that article as well, Josh? Did you see that one? That was an interesting one. There was people defending that guy. And vegans, yes, vegans do ram it down your throat. How do you know that someone's vegan? Because they'll tell you about 14 times within 60 seconds of meeting that person that they are vegan. Is how you know someone is a vegan. I can't eat that. I can't wear that. I can't do that because I'm vegan. They'll always have an answer that aligns. They're letting it define them. Just because they want something to chat about. and make it their entire being. Yeah. Non-sexual identity, I think that's when you'll fuck anything. I think that's when you'll do anything. Basically bisexual, mate. I think that one is bisexual. Not identifying as anything, rather than saying I'm bisexual, because that's so like what 2000 being a bisexual. Non-sexual, then it gives them room to go wherever they want, rather than just being bisexual. But they have to fit in with all the pans. They have to fit in with everything else. Just shut the fuck up. Just shut up. You're either, you're either that or you're that. You're either gay, you're straight, or you're in the middle. You'd like to go either way. This is just all leading to excuses like that. Someone identifies as a 6-year-old. And then all the do-gooders step in, and it starts becoming accepted, that a 6-year-old, the 50-year-old identifies as a 6-year-old. It's all right to be touching kids. And then it's like protection for that person. Yeah. Not on my watch. Not on my watch. This is why I should turn off. This is why I should turn off YouTube after a while, because I start going a little bit silly. But I'm glad there's people aligning. We're not, I don't want you to fit in my box, because then you're not going to be you. But sharing opinions with fellow free thinkers is important to me. I'm not trying to change people's minds, but I want my opinion to be my own. Just bit of replay mode on this DNA. Yes, I hope you like this, Josh. It should be with you tomorrow. It's nice. I think I could use a little bit of... It could be so much different. I mean, it's nice how it is. But I think adding a little bit of coffee to this, or even a little bit of an RY4. No, not RY4. We don't want caramel in it. Like a straight up dry cure tobacco might make something very, very interesting. It is, Josh. Oh, you can see it zooming. It's actually focusing today. See, with the right lighting, anything's possible. I love that carbon fiber. You couldn't see it the other day because I didn't have my beauty light on my backlight. That's so pretty. Yeah, that's the top side. Not the top side. It's the top gear. Sorry. And yeah, when you've got a charge cable in there, just use your little top dial and it can still fire using your button. If you want to use it in bypass. This is the only thing. I'll only ever charge a mod if it's a DNA. Otherwise, it's external battery chargers. I've got so much thinking about it. It fell off. It fell off its little... I've got ledges up on the wall. Not the racks, but I've got ledges up there. It's like a bookcase. So yeah. Unplug it. That's the loose V4. And then for any batteries that might need a bit of a kick in the arse if they discharge too much, I use my Osmosis battery tester, and that gets extra low and gives it the open, and then you can put them in here. Just does a little bit of a repair. The carbon looks, mate, it's beautiful. It's beautiful and very much appreciated. I got a lot of Christmas presents this year from our lovely little vape family world. And this one was courtesy of Shrek. It is very, very nice. Very, very nice and very much appreciated, mate. And I'm using it for work, yes. I am using it for work. but very, very pretty things. Oh, I don't know. It's becoming one of my favorites. Obviously, I keep the Odin in here. And I've got some huge quad battery things up at the lab. So if I do forget to charge, then I've generally got plenty of power to do some testing and stuff. But this, for out and about, is lovely. I'm hoping not to bash the glass because it's quite proud. Hoping not to bash the glass. I found the USB option handy when having an all-in hospital stay. Mate, it's the only way to I wouldn't say it's the only way to charge a DNA, but it's the only time I will trust because it's got that much regulation internally within the software that it's not going to surge. Generally, I've never heard of a DNA kind of having a whoopsie when it's charging. Never in my life. Unless the batteries are absolutely haggard. The Hyperion is very bomb-proof. See, I needed something very hardy because, like, of the industry I work in is very like dusty and abrasive, and yeah, this kind of anodized rather than coated is beautiful. It's going to stand up. But yes, really enjoyed chatting with you guys tonight. Sorry about the ranty rants that we went on there, but I think, you know, just talking about things sometimes it's good. It's good. We like talking. So I might nick off, do some design work, start designing this woke as fuck roly-poly label. Hyperion will be spot on for you. And then I'll probably just get ready and walk the doggo. But I want to start designing the 50mm version, and obviously the 50mm version like this, even though that's a 100ml bottle, but that style of label. Is it going to focus? Like the Heaven and Hell style, just black and white, which is going to be synonymous. And then our on-site ones, which are all colour, hand-printed, hand-treated to make them a little bit more waterproof. They're not fully waterproof, but people do love these style of labels because they've got the tactile. They feel nice. The texture is like papyrus. It's a treated kind of papyrus label. But the you know, everyone loves those labels, but we are going to have more brand synonymous. So if you see them in the shop, you'll recognize that is the Live Lounge and stuff such as that. So yes, on that note, it has been absolutely delightful talking to you all. And I'm going to head off, do some design work. Let's open Photoshop and get crazy. And then go and walk the doggy. Stay safe, have fun, look after each other. I'll just get rid of that comment. And but yeah, absolutely lovely seeing you all. I'll see you in a little while. End of the comp. See you in a bit.